Hey, what's up, everybody out there in the Chivaverse? We have a lot to talk about. Varonil, Feminil, Tapatio, Sub-19, Sub-23, everybody needs to get a win. Stay tuned. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all you Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe, all you mothers and Mrs. Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chew Live. How is everybody out there in the Chivaverse? So much to talk about. We need the wins, but first, let's get to what's important. Our co-host, Gaby, ¿cómo estás?
Hi, Robert, and hi, everybody that is already joining the chat and starting the Chivas conversation. So happy to be back here. I hope you missed us last week, but we're back with a lot of information, exciting news because Chivas finally won, and we still have our little candle lit for the play-in situation. We're going to talk about it later. Of course, Chivas Feminil, Tapatio, and all that good stuff. But first, let me just tell you that this content, this show is created and produced by Chivas. If you see right here, it says Chivas TV. We are official. And this is created for all our Chiva hermanos that speak mostly in English for some reason and live in the United States and everywhere, actually, because we have Chiva hermanos all over the world. And this content is created especially for them because Chivas cares about every single Chiva hermano. No matter if you speak English, Spanish, Spanglish, we are here for you. And now I'm going to say it in Spanish very quickly for everybody that is joining the chat right now. Este contenido es creado y producido especialmente por Chivas. Como pueden ver aquí dice Chivas TV, somos súper oficiales. Y Chivas lo crea para todos nuestros Chiva hermanos y Chiva hermanas que viven fuera de México, mayormente en los Estados Unidos, y que por alguna razón de la vida hablan más en inglés que en español. Pero nosotros hablamos Chivas. Somos universales. Chivas expande sus horizontes y quiere crear este tipo de contenidos para absolutamente todas nuestras audiencias, tanto en español como en inglés. Okay, so welcome everybody back in English. Welcome everybody. We have a lot to talk about. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gaby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva Hermanos, especially. Hello to Curtis Williams, who 2 Saturdays ago turned 60. Happy birthday, my brother. I turned 30, so we're both celebrating round the numbers. There's plenty to talk about. We also have Jonas Urbina in the house, who's watching us from El Paso, Texas. People from all over watching us. Marilu from California. Of course, we have plenty of math to do today, plenty of accounting, because the regular season in Liga MX, in Liga MX Feminil, and in Liga Expansión is coming to an end. It's the final matches. El Rebaño won yesterday. We will be on that pretty soon, and there's plenty, as I say, plenty of numbers to do, because we kind of depends also on other results in order to make it to the playoffs. And back to you, Robert, because we have plenty of accounting to do, as I said.
So much to talk about, my friend, and you're back on the roller coaster. That is Chivas in the Chivaverse. So we're just like going up and down. And here we are, everybody, back here. And yes, you missed us. I hope you did miss us last week, because we were raring to go. But you know how these technical difficulties kind of come at the most opportune moments.
Right.
But first, let us talk about something pleasant, and that is our MVP of the week. My friends, let's talk about it. So what's up, Gaby? Who did you choose, my friend? Who's your MVP? Where's the drum roll?
Where is it?
I like the groovy. There it is.
There it is. So, my weekly MVP pick is Celeste Espino, of course. Not only because she is an incredible goalkeeper with Blanca Felix. Remember, Blanca is currently right now recovering from an injury, and Celeste Espino is doing amazing as our goalkeeper. And also because we had Blanca Felix and Celeste Espino with the Mexican national team. She played against that win against Jamaica a week ago or something, and she is doing amazing. She had, at least that I can think of, 2 or 3 amazing saves in the last game against Pachuca. And overall, Celeste Espino, she has overcome so much with her injuries and a lot of situations that took time away from her and in the game. But that position is completely secure either with Blanca or with Celeste. So, and I also, this is just a fun fact for me. I love the fact that she is named Celeste and she wears Celeste, like the color Celeste on her kit. So overall, for me this week, I know it was not the desirable score against Pachuca Feminil. We're going to talk about it later, of course. But nonetheless, I think she is doing amazing. We have so much security in our goalkeeping positions in Chivas Femenil, either as Blanca or Celeste, I think. And also, who can say, like, tell me one team that can say, like, oh yeah, 2 of my 3 goalkeepers are with the Mexican national team. So that is why she is my weekly MVP of the week.
And great, she's done very well. Very well. Yeah, I'm glad to see her back. I was worried for a while. You know, she hadn't been. How long was she on the injury list? Quite a long time, no? Was that?
Right? It was almost an entire season. Yeah.
Yeah, that was scary for a while, but yeah, she's back and stronger, I think. Yeah, good choice, Gaby. Good choice. Alfredo, la está rompiendo, my friend. That's 2 weeks in a row. I know he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it. Tell us, who's yours?
If I win today, it's gonna be 2 weeks in a row. I chose Eric Gutierrez. Actually, I chose it on Monday because he did that goalkeeper role the other day towards the end of the match against Mazatlán, and also especially because he scored a great goal last night. Left-footed shot from outside the box, placing it, where the spiders weave their nest, as they would say. The only goal of a 1-0 win last night that gave Chivas the 3 points that permit El Rebaño to be still hooked on playoff fight. So both for taking, let's say, an unwanted role the other day on Friday against Mazatlán, for placing himself in the 3 posts, and also for the goal that he scored yesterday. My guy is Eric Gutierrez.
Yeah, and he did well. The gloves fit him kind of large.
Yeah.
They were huge on him, man, and the hair, but damn, he did. I think everybody felt safe with him under the 4 posts. That was another crazy. Gosh, guys, we have so much to talk about. So much to talk about. Pregúntenme.
Robert,
do you have?
Robert, who is your pick? Tell us.
Who's your guy? Who's your girl?
My dude was Tune Wilke, because the guy's on fire as well. He's done very well. He's really young, remember. And since he was with Tapatio, I think he has been able to hold up, pretty strong. Yesterday, he was just missing his goal in the first minutes of the match. He had a similar play to the one in the previous match where he did score a header. And the guy is really strong in the air, man. So he knows how to play a post. And I think he's finding, I don't know, how can I say, a compadrazgo with Pulido. Because when both of them are on the pitch as forwards, they lend a sense of danger to the forwards. That's not to say that's not what we're getting right now, but I really like the way he's playing. And for being a young lad, he's showing a lot of character. So Tune Wilke for me, I think he's going to be more in our future speech. Maybe not this season, but in the future speech, definitely a guy to take a good look at.
Right.
So Tune Wilke. I saw the numbers though, my brothers and sisters. I think you're running away with it. Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
that.
mean, until last night, it was like, okay, let's see what happens with that goal yesterday. I was like, oh man,
Oh my
Alfredo's
goodness.
taking it.
That
Right.
goal was just, you know what make me, you know what I loved about the goal is when you think about how come they don't shoot from farther out. You know, Padilla tried it, right? A couple of other tried it from outside of the 18-yard box. We need to shoot, man, because all of this passing around is not getting us anywhere. But great picks, my friends. Definitely great picks. I think Eric Gutierrez. I chose you already. I voted for Eric Gutierrez. This time I did not vote for myself. So
Oh, you didn't?
no way, man.
Okay.
Eric's goal was just, it was incredible. It
So
was
I'm
please,
gonna vote for myself.
everybody
Did you?
go on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and go vote over there because there is all the options, the three options: Celeste Espino, Eric Gutierrez, and Teun Wilke. So go and vote. I
And
don't
it's
think I don't think it's going to change. However, I think Alfredo has it, but Team Celeste, everybody, please.
last time I was so excited when they gave the MVP on the graphics that then when we came back on camera, I was a bit chill back again, and I should have been excited when we were on camera.
No.
My
Sangre fría.
prediction was smile, bro.
Yeah, and I had
Oh,
already
Gorgeous.
smiled. Yeah.
We were waiting. We were waiting. No, but do you know what? Even more so, Eric Gutierrez saved a couple of. He did a really, really good defensive match yesterday. From where I was watching it, he was all over the place. That was his match yesterday. It was his game. You know, it was his game. But I really, 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 really wish we could have put a couple more into the back of the net. But uh, it was another Guti yesterday. I loved it, man. It was really, really good, man. It was excellent. Excellent. So you're going to win. But more power to you because it's a hard choice this time. I would either vote I'm assuming for myself, for Celeste or for Guti. Definitely. From both sides.
Good choices.
Yeah, they're good ones. Look,
Curtis! Curtis,
Curtis.
how dare you?
I know he betrayed you. He betrayed you, Gabby. But anyway, everybody go out there, vote on X. Don't forget. Everything's happening on X out there right now recently. All the gossip. All the gossip. So let us go on, my friends. Let us move on to what everybody's dying to talk about. Chivas Varonil. Oh my goodness. Alfredo, I'm gonna let you take it away this time because
Right.
of the numbers. You were talking about maths. What kind of maths
Yeah.
do we have to do? Because I'm an English teacher, my brother. Tell us, what do we need to hope for before we
Well,
talk about the game?
after winning yesterday against Mazatlán and I mean against Puebla and placing ourselves provisionally on the 10th place with 20 points, 16 games disputed, only one left to play. We are right now on the 10th spot, which is the last spot that gives access to the playoffs. However, we still gotta wait for the results of Pumas, Mazatlán, and Querétaro, who are Pumas are 2 points away, while Querétaro and Mazatlán are 3 points away. They have only disputed 15 matches. They will be playing tonight. So we gotta be tuned on those matches. There we have some matches for tonight: the Pumas game and the Mazatlán game. Regarding the win last night, that was worth the 3 points. The 1-0 win against Puebla. It was the first of the two wins that we need this week. The other game will be taking place this weekend. However, it was very important to kick off the week with a victory. We did so by 1-0. As I said earlier, it's three straight wins against Puebla at Estadio Akron. So La Franja hasn't added any points in their last three visits to El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. It was our fourth clean sheet of the tournament. It's the four teams which we will have had which against whom we had a clean sheet this tournament besides Puebla are Santos, Pumas, and America in Liga MX. Eric Gutierrez scored his first goal of the tournament, and he has scored in the last two visits of Puebla to Estadio Akron. And also Miguel Gomez gave his first assist in first division, and for which Gomez already accounts for a goal and an assist in his 472 matches disputed this tournament.
Let me stop you, Alfredo. Wait a minute. You're getting ahead. I just wanted to know about the numbers for going to the play-in.
Oh, for the play-in, yeah.
The play-in, right? The play-in. All the other stuff we'll talk about in a second. But what's up with the play-in? So if Pumas wins today, Gabi or Alfredo, if Pumas wins today, do we still have a chance to the play-in?
Yes.
Okay.
If Pumas wins, we still have a chance because they will reach 21 points and we will stay in 20. So in case that they win, they will be 1 point ahead of us towards the end of the regular season, towards the final match day. However, it will only be a 1 point difference. Therefore, if we manage to win this weekend and Pumas either ties or loses, we will be going through.
Okay. And so everything then, Gabi, would end up in the last match day.
It's up to actually, it's not up to Chivas anymore. Like, that is the most dramatic part right here. Like, we depend on other results. So the first thing is winning yesterday, which is like, yay, we did. We need to win against. We need to win. So here's the thing: we need to keep up the good football, I guess. Like yesterday, we're going to talk about it in more depth, but we need to also be able to win against Atlas. Like, there is absolutely no other. Like, it's so dramatic. Like, the near future. It's like Marilu was saying, like, another season where we have to take out the calculator, shaking my head. Yes, that is what it is. And we have to be very clear. And we are hopeful. Of course we are. But the reality is that Chivas does not depend on themselves to be able to go through. We need to win. And we already got the win against Puebla, which I think was the expected result. But it will also need to win Clásico Tapatío. We need to win the last week of the regular season. And we have to wait if Pumas wins, Mazatlán. And then I think Mazatlán plays against America or something like that. So it's like, we need to expect. How do I say this? Yeah. How do I say this lightly? Robert, help me out here.
A glass half full.
A glass half full. Okay. It is half full because we had a win yesterday, correct?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So how do we see this glass? Half full right now? Even if today at 9 p.m. we have these two games, Pumas Santos and Mazatlán Xolos. So we have to wait for that right now. Like, we have like this little candle. I was talking about my little candle at the beginning of the show. So, I am like the one who always like, I need you guys and everybody in the chat to tell me, like, it's okay. We're getting it. We're going to do it.
Okay? It's that I believe attitude.
I believe. Yeah, Ted Lasso, I believe.
Mm-hmm. We were in style a couple of seasons ago. No, I believing.
Yeah.
I believe. I always believe. That's my problem.
Absolutely. Me too. But you have to look. Like, we already have this little sayings on this show. We have to look at the glass half full. And right now it's full because we won yesterday. However, we have to wait for the other results.
Exactly.
My 2 cents. What do you guys think in the chat? Let us know.
The matter is that the Chivermanos must know that Chivas doesn't completely depend on itself to go through. That as Robert was saying earlier, that we, like, for example, if we defeat Atlas this weekend, that doesn't guarantee our presence yet on the next round. We are dependent on the results of Pumas and Mazatlán. However, we do have hope that they might be losing points. Mazatlán has to finish off against Las Águilas. They play today against Tijuana. Pumas gotta visit Tigres this weekend. So, I mean, even if Pumas defeat Santos tonight, which of course, let's hope that Santos defeat Pumas, Pumas gotta finish off the regular season at El Volcán, which is always a tough match to dispute.
And both of them have rough games. Yeah, one's against America, the other's against Tigres. So
yes, for the last one.
I think it's today, man. I think it's all going to go down tonight. But even then, we need to, like you said, Gabby, we have to win the match. If we don't win the match against Atlas, then it doesn't matter who wins or who loses or nothing. Glass half full.
Yeah, at least you go down knowing that you did your best at the last 2 weeks by winning against one team, which is Puebla, that had like 7 or something consecutive losses. So that was like, if we didn't win against Puebla, that would have been like dramatic. But if we can also snatch the win against Atlas, whatever happens tonight with Pumas, Mazatlán, Xolos, and Santos, and next week America, Tigres, whatever happens, at least you can say like, okay, we got it, Clásico Tapatío. Unfortunately, we are right now against the wall, depending on other teams and other results. It's not ideal. I know it's not, but it is what it is. And we have to at least do our best to close this season in the best shape possible. That's like talking specifically about what Chivas needs to do right now, win against Atlas. Regardless of the other results, regardless of the other teams, I don't care. I mean, I do. But if I can say like how we do exactly, but it needs to go down as like, you know what? Yes, we got Clásico Tapatío, but yeah, unfortunately, Pumas won 20-0 to Santos, and like that's what I'm talking about. Like we need to go at least with a good note.
Right. And also, fun fact, the Tigres Pumas and the Atlas Chivas on Saturday will be pretty much taking place at the same time. Chivas kicks off 15 minutes later, but it will be pretty simultaneous.
So that's at what, 9? 9 o'clock?
9, yes. They kick off at 9, we kick off at 9:15.
Lovely. I think it's going to be a great setup. It's perfect, don't you think? It's just perfect.
Speaking about drama,
to go to the disco.
If you like drama, this is perfect, man. I mean, and it's a great example of what the season's been like. I know, manches, really, my friends. Everybody out there has to agree with me. I mean, what the hell is happening? This has been like a whirlwind tornado season, crazy, because we've had rough seasons and we've complained, and this season, the truth is, I see little improvement in our team, but they need to play much better if we want to be in the next round. I mean, what's going to be the reason to get into the play-in if it's just going to be another
oh my gosh,
a week of suffering? Like Marilu says, I don't want to use the calculator anymore.
A whole other conversation. Like exactly what happens if we do make it to play-in? Remember what happened last season?
Exactly.
So, I mean, yes, one game at a time, one improvement at a time. I don't know if it's too late right now. I hope it's not. Again, please don't get me wrong. I am hopeful. I'm just looking at Robert's glass half full.
It is. I just have to think about a time but I think it's perfection, the synchronicity, we have to see it as, look at this, Atlas Chivas, last game of the season. Yeah, the money's on the table. I don't know if Atlas is are they still in the run? I'm not sure. I think they're out. You know,
Atlas, I, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
Let
I
me
don't
check
think
real
so.
quick.
was it like
Oh no, they're not. They're 15th. They only have
No.
4 points. Yeah, not even. Not. There's no way
it's
they make it. Not
it's
even
perfect then.
mathematically. But they will ruin our
It's
Saturday.
perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect because they have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Yeah, nothing to lose and everything to win. That's for us. So let's see what they do, and hopefully the sangre canterana is going to come out. And everybody out there in Chivaville, don't forget it's a rough season. Yes, we're all suffering it, but we have a lot of hopefuls. We have a lot of hopefuls, man. There's Mateo with the ball right there. We saw Miguel Gomez. You were just saying. Alfredo was just mentioning Miguel's great return to the pitch. No, I thought Martinez has been doing very well. Castillo is coming back, although he's not Canterano, right? I think we have a lot to hope for next season. Like I said a couple of shows ago, what should we hope for? I think we need to hope for a long weekend. Everybody, a couple tequilas, and then come back fully charged for next season, no? Because it's been rough. Look at, and if we think it's rough as a fan, imagine they change your boss twice in a season, all these things going on, all the reflectors are on you. It's rough. I'm not trying to, explain all of this as some sort of psychological problem with our team and that needs to be dealt with. But it's been rough for them too. They go to work every day with this, losa, this heavy concrete expectations, which is be Chivas. And that's rough. Boyo has said it. I saw Alexis Vega came out in an interview the other day, and they're all coming out and saying the same thing. It's hard playing at Chivas, man. It's not the same. We know, that it's hard to be replaced and all sorts of other things that could be a little controversial. But I think it really brings out what's going on there. Look at these guys in red and white, man. It's not easy to be a Chiva. It's not easy to be a Chiva fan, and it's not easy to play for Chivas, my friends. So,
Exactly.
cabrón,
Yeah.
por donde la veas.
It's a tough one, and that's why I think that, of course, the people who are the main guys on this, of course, are the players, the coaches, the staff, the people who make sporting decisions. However, I believe that fans can also help, and a fantastic way of helping the team, of helping our club as Chivas fans is just by making simple choices, such as, for example, inform yourselves on the official channels of El Guadalajara, on the official website, chivasdecorazon.com.mx, on the official social media accounts that we've got, on our official YouTube channel. Make it everything official, because unofficial information, it's not as reliable. There's a lot of people who just have to fill their pages and their spaces with whatever. So I would just keep it official in my
Yeah,
case.
speaking of which, the Akron yesterday. Hey, you guys were naughty, man. A lot of public. What's going on out there? We need to cheer our team. Always, 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 always. Why would you go and and
I
and
Exactly.
That's
boo your
something.
players, man? That was sorry I had to say that, but I was very disappointed, man, with my Chiva hermanos at the stadium last night. ¿Qué pasó? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
there's
Come on.
that's something I just don't understand, and
Yeah.
I don't like, no, I don't understand. Why would you boo your team? I mean, yes, it's frustrating, it's sad. It's not the results. Like oh, and worse, like yesterday was a win and still they got booed. So, I mean, you always have like this very unpredictable fan bases. And as you said, it's hard to be a Chivas fan, right? But
Right, it does have a lot to do with Alfredo, what Alfredo is saying, though. If we're being subjective, then we need to, keep our eyes open a little bit more, because we need to be objective. If you look at what's going on the pitch, I don't think any of those guys don't want to win. Come on. And the game, I mean, let's look at the game against Mazatlán. We haven't talked about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it a lot.
right.
But that was some crazy, crazy stuff happening on that game. A lot of it was our fault. But what's going on? We need like a limpia, and I'm not talking about players. I talk about like, let's go and like agua bendita and just, that's what I mean. Like, it's just time for a vacation, a resetting, of the mind.
And that has been the case more than once.
Yeah.
Like we've had quite a few points taken off the bag in the last few minutes of different matches.
Yeah, I understand, man. I understand why they got booed, but it's your team. Yeah.
Was it good after the final whistle
There
already
was
with the win?
there was a couple of moments that I was so surprised. I was very surprised.
Okay.
And the changes, things that coming off the bench. It was hard. Yeah, I don't understand. I did not see such a bad game. Should we have won better? With more goals? Yes, definitely yes. And I agree that Chivas needs to play better, man. That's all I can agree with. But I would not, I would not take it there. It's like if you go to the movie and you throw popcorn at the screen. It's come on,
Right.
come on. And remember what happened last time? That bottle that got thrown, man, and the Akron got punished because
Oh
of those
yeah.
types of attitudes. It's like you pay a ticket, I understand, but you don't take a ticket to go and offend people, and you don't pay a ticket to be rude and nasty. It's like you go and when we cheer, when we win, like in Las Buenas, we cheer, and we leave with a light heart. And when we lose, we have to also leave with the dignity, when we're not playing as well as we wish, and when these guys are not representing us as we wish. This is my own personal way of looking at things. But I understand, everybody has the freedom to do whatever they do. But if you go, then what if we cheer? We keep cheering, and the guys keep hearing the cheering, man, and it's like these guys are cheering for us, and then your heart is lifted, and you try a little harder. Whereas if you're booing, man, it's like it breaks down your spirit immediately.
It
It's
does.
just
Right.
that's just the way I look at it. And maybe that's just the teacher in me. And my students, I always tell them, I try to find their good part in them. I say, you find your good spot. That's where you're strong. Let's go with that. And then other stuff will be, improved. So I saw not the Chivas I hoped for, but I saw a good Chivas. A dirty, nasty, ugly playing Chivas. You
And
know,
I mean, there's a lot of things that we could definitely highlight. Like you were talking about Cantera Rojiblanca. How many canteranos we had on the pitch, and we've had made their debut this season.
El
We've had
Dragon.
El Dragon played yesterday, exactly, because remember Tala got a red card last game. We are Gamberos is back. Teun Wilke, like Miguel Gomez,
Padilla.
Padilla, like there are things that we can definitely highlight as probably not um and the best outcome of the season overall, but we can definitely highlight those moments because not you don't have a lot of teams right now that has this kind of talent in cantera in the academy and that are doing amazing incredible things. They just need time and like get in the game and mature with the game, and it's not easy. And I'm not expecting people to understand and expect Camberos, which is a 18-year-old young man, to be like this beast, which he is, by the way. But we have like definitely things to highlight, and that is one of them.
Yeah.
Eight
That's right.
canteranos. Production is telling us that 8 canteranos. So yeah, that is, yes, that is good. Glass half.
You just have to be patient. And you have
let's
to
say it could be a tournament looking towards the future. I guess we still gotta resolve whatever is gonna happen on the bench. Our initial bet didn't work as we were expecting, but as Gabby was saying, 8 canteranos in the starting lineup speaks for itself. There's very few clubs in the world that can brag something like that of lining up 8 canteranos in your starter squad. It's a long-term project, of course, as we've said it before. I think that we could be expecting let's say a better version of some of our players for upcoming tournaments. And I gotta agree with what Robert was saying earlier. It was just not our tournament, and for the weekend we could, let's hope not, but if you could be prepared for it, you wouldn't be prepared for the worst wouldn't be such a bad idea, because as I said, and as Robert was saying, there's a lot of potential in this squad. Like, there's a lot of talent. We have a Pulido just came back, Romo first tournament, Camberos was, let's say, our big hope at the beginning of the tournament, and that doesn't mean that he's not our big hope for what's to come, because of course he is. I hope he stays with us many more years. Alvarado and Cowell have and Mozo. There are 3 important players that have had problems with injuries this semester. So it hasn't been let's say the best of it, but against Atlas we're going, as production saying, we're going with everything on Saturday for the pride, and it's a matar or morir,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
It's the derby. It's the derby.
And
And I think the only thing we're needing from these canteranos, they're just so young. We just need these old guys, man, these older people to arroparlos, That's it.
we've been talking about this with Feminil. It's
Yep.
experience and youngsters, like how they managed to have this incredible chemistry, and it seems like they've been playing forever. And Miki, I said Gamberos is a beast. I said he is. I'm just talking about pressure. That's all. And yeah, but let's go. And it's matar o morir, as we
Yeah.
say in Spanish, because we speak Spanish. Matar o morir against Atlas. Like, there's absolutely no other way to this, regardless
That's right.
of the other teams, right?
That's right. That's right. Because that's the deal, that's why I say it's so fitting. It's so fitting. If we pass, con más razón. And if we lose, pues con más razón también. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's
Right.
like that. It's so fitting, my friends. I can't wait for Saturday. I already ordered the carne. I got my butcher working, everybody. I told everybody, come on over, because it's a fiesta. Es una
Yes.
fiesta, amigos. Come on, let's enjoy it,
Oh, I wish I was
Let's enjoy it.
there.
Plus, if we happen to go through,
Vente a la casa.
I think
Véngase.
if we happen to go through, we will probably not be favorites for the play-in, and we could use that
The
in our
underdog.
favor. I mean,
Yes.
look at Arsenal
Yes.
today. Yeah,
That's right. That's what we need to start thinking about, Look at the positive side, my friends. That's all. But anyway, where can we watch this match? Who wants to do it? Who's going to do the honors?
Alfredo, take it away.
Anone.
I was waiting for it. So Saturday, this Saturday, April 19th, kicking off at 10:09 p.m. Central Mexican Time, 10:10 p.m. Central Time of the United States. Beautiful Saturday night football. Clásico Tapatío. The city paralyzes. It's for the glory of Guadalajara, for going through, for being in the plane. Atlas Chivas. If you're in Mexico, watch it on Televisa, 2DN, and VIX. If you're in the United States, watch it on 2DN and VIX Premium. This is Saturday once again, 10 past 10 p.m. Central Time of the United States. There you have the other times if you're on Pacific Time, on Eastern. And also stay tuned for the Chivas English Twitter account who is posting the time schedules for the United States. Chivas EN _. Give it a follow if you haven't done so. So there we go. Televisa, TUDN, and VIX in Mexico, and TUDN and VIX Premium in the United States. Last match day of Liga MX.
Woo! Oh man, I'm excited already. It's going to be magnificent.
Yeah, we have plenty of comments on the comment section before we move on to other topics. Big shout out to Mikey, who is watching us, Wendolin Montes Lopez, who's also in the house, Humberto Zaragoza, Miguel Castro, we have Omar Santillana, we have Alan Haro, George Pedrosa, Fercho, Jose Garcia. We also have Marco Antonio Lopez, who says, "Go Chivas." Elios. We have Santiago, who is speaking greatly about Eric Gutierrez, Stephanie Romero, Rodrigo Rivera, Miguel Castro, and Sonia del Real, Jose Estrada, Victor Torres, Álvaro Luis Soto, Jonás Urbina. Hello to all the Chivermanos who are watching us. Always pleased to see that there's plenty of Chivermanos who keep coming back to We Go Chu, and plenty of new Chivermanos who, of course, we expect to have you in the Wednesdays to come.
Yes, don't forget to watch every Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're here, man, chewing your ear off, trying to pretend like we know something about what we're doing. We really don't. We're just Chiva Hermanos here to share the Chiva vibe with all you guys out there. And now it's time to move on to Chivas Feminil and Gabi. Centerpiece, my friend. Oh, estoy triste, Gabi, con Pachuca.
Oh my
God.
Tell
us about it, please.
I know. So, in brighter, better news, Chivas Feminil. So this is a completely different story, fortunately, because as you know, Chivas Feminil is already in Liguilla, right? Like as usual, this is the 11th consecutive time that Chivas Feminil is in Liguilla officially, but we are aiming higher, and we expect to be at least in the first 4 positions of the general table, so we can have the most games at home in Liguilla, right? So that's the main focus right now. We are already in Liguilla, so that's good by itself, right? And we already have until like the last game against Pachuca, we had 2 games left, Pachuca and Pumas Femenil. So Pachuca, which is also in the, like, we are competing directly with Pumas, Tigres, Pachuca, and Rayadas is like lurking in the shadows, because if they win, they can also aim for the 4th. It's also, as Marilu was saying, a couple of combinations. Nothing to worry about really, because we are already in Liguilla, so nothing to worry about. We're just trying to be ambitious and trying to close the regular season in the best shape and position possible. So we faced Pachuca Femenil, and unfortunately, it was not the expected result. We lost 1-0 against Pachuca in a very unfortunate play. There was like a rebote, and of course, Charlyn Corral, if you watch La Previa, before the game, we were talking exactly about Charlyn and how she is talking about beasts in the best way possible. Charlyn Corral is, oh my goodness, 21 goals in Clausura 2025. She is already the Golden Boot, like by far. And yeah, she scored on us, unfortunately. I cannot be too mad at that, but yeah, it cost us the win, unfortunately, again. And now, if we want to aim still for the 4th position of the general table and secure the more games at home for Liguilla, we have to beat Pumas Femenil, which this is the tricky and very interesting part. So we had two very tough matches at the end of the regular season. Pachuca already, and we were lost. And Pumas Femenil is having an incredible season. This is the best season of Pumas Feminil overall in Liga MX Femenil. They are currently, I think, in the third position because when Pachuca won to Chivas, they went to the second, if I'm not mistaken. And they are having an incredible season. So to this, the game against Pumas Femenil is not going to be an easy one. However, these are the good news, and not because, and I'm not saying this because just to say like, yes, we got this. No, but we have a very interesting statistic in our favor. Every time we play against Pumas Femenil en el Akron, Chivas always wins. Always. We have not lost one single game in el Akron, actually, and we have 5 consecutive wins against Pumas Femenil overall. But in el Akron, the win is always in Chivas Femenil's favor. So I want to listen to you, my friends, and everybody in the chat, because it's the last game of the regular season. Again, nothing to worry about. We want to win that game, of course. But Pumas Femenil is having a blast right now. So what do you guys think?
From what we heard, we spoke about previously, this is the best Pumas, right, since the beginning of the pink circuit. So it's going to be a good match tomorrow at the Akron. And the numbers, just not the numbers saying it, Pumas just beat Tigres. Pumas Femenil beat Tigres Femenil. And you know, that's no easy task. So they're on fire. What am I expecting? I expect our Chingonas to win, of course, because they have to win against the best as well, no? I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Alfredo?
Yeah, it's gonna be Chivas Femenil's gotta step up for the last match day. As Gabby was saying, it's the best, pretty much the best Pumas Femenil of all time. It's always a tough one against Pumas Femenil, regardless. But now they're doing better. I'm actually pretty surprised by seeing that they're third place. They have 6 points above both Tigres and Rayadas. They're pretty much nowadays the third force in women's football, maybe even the second force. But I'm pretty surprised about Pumas Femenil stepping up. But I gotta be honest, kind of glad, because it's about time that new teams start making it. However, of course, let's hope that Chivas takes the win. We're unbeaten against Pumas Femenil at the Akron, as Gabi was saying. So I'm expecting that final sprint, that final effort by El Rebaño Femenil to take it, to stack the 3 points, to to avoid a 6th or 7th spot, even a 5th, to see if we can make it 4th. At the end of the day, we're only 1 point away from Tigres Femenil. So if we win and they don't, and same case with Rayadas, if they don't win, if neither Regio's team win and Chivas wins, we will stepping up to 4th place, which will give us that slight advantage of going through in case of a tight scenario, as well as a home field advantage for the second leg of the quarterfinals. So important for the team to put everything into the game, and important for the team to keep at least its position. If the Regias win, we keep our position and avoid it.
I definitely see that the team is motivated, and I think that we finally found that balance that you were saying, Gabi. So I'm going to say we're going to come back with the win.
Oh yes.
I know Pumas, okay, Pumas, whatever. I always think of my team. For me, Chivas Femenil right now, they played really well against Pachuca. I think that if either team would have won, like you said, Pachuca won. But no me quedó mal sabor de boca. It was just like, shit, they could have been ours, and it's just,
Yeah. And if you saw that game, if you remember the play of the goal, like Celeste blocked the first shootout, and it was unfortunate. It was just unfortunate and lucky for her, of course. But it was a good game. I was actually going with a tie almost at the end of the game. I was like, okay, so a tie is not bad. We have 1 point. It doesn't change much. It actually didn't change much. Pachuca just went up a position. But Chivas is not like they're currently still in the 5th position with 29 points. I'm sorry. So again, it's up. It's not up to them because we do depend again from the results of Tigres and Monterrey. But I think this team can beat Pumas. And again, I'm not saying that the statistic that winning at home every single time is in our favor, but it can play again in our favor in a way that we are at home, our people, our porra, like everything that, like playing in Seoul doesn't give us necessarily. But playing in El Akron can give us that advantage. And it's the last week. It's the last week of the regular season. Like, we have absolutely everything. We have incredible players. We have back. We're going to have back all the players that went on the Mexican national team on under 23, and we already have our Mexican national team players from La Mayor. So it's going to be a full squad. And again, Antonio Contreras, I think, is doing very well with the combinations that he has. Actually, in the midfield, I think it's incredible what they're doing right now. Caro Jaramillo, I mean, again, we keep talking about her. And I think we can, and we have the tools to win against Pumas. Again, there are other combinations that need to be happening at the same time, but I think we can snatch also that win against Pumas Feminil at home.
Yeah, I think that also Chivas does well against teams that play offensively, and Pumas playing offensively. So it's going to be toma y dácala. It's going to be give and take. They're going to go up and down the pitch. I'm expecting a match with goals already. Curtis up on the chat said 2-1 Chivas tomorrow night. He already called the goals too by La Doctora and La Depredadora del Gol.
And also, just a quick commercial, if you allow me to. You can go to the official YouTube channel, and this week's video, it's precisely about this game and about what the wins that we have at home. And also, as a bonus, I added 6 of the most incredible goals that we scored against Pumas Feminil. And of course, Boyi is there, Licha is there, Caro is there. Like, you go and judge for yourself, but one of the most high scores that we had against any team, we had against Pumas Feminil. Like, we had a 5-1 score. So, yeah, exactly. So it's going to be.
Do you have the Susan Bejarano goal?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that one. Yeah, and also, fun fact about this game against Pumas is that it's gonna be the 300th Liga MX game for Chivas Femenil, a pioneer team of this Liga MX Femenil that kicked off back in Apertura 2017. A team of first hour that was there when the league kicked off. So from the earliest days, it's going to be 300 games this Thursday against Pumas, including a regular season and Liguilla.
The first champions of Liga MX, the pink circuit, Chivas Femenil. Chivas Femenil. Gabi, you got to tell us, where can we watch this? I know you're doing the previa, aren't you?
Of course. No, because this time Chivas is playing at home. We only do previas when we are visiting, when we are away. So where to watch? This is the last week of the regular season, week 17 of Liga MX Femenil Clausura 2025. Chivas Femenil against Pumas Femenil, Thursday, April 17th, tomorrow. So please stay tuned. Don't miss it for the world at 7:05 p.m. Mexico Central Time. If you are in a different time zone, you know what to do. And if you are in Mexico, you can watch through Fox Sports and a través de la señal más rojiblanca de Chivas TV. And if you are in the United States, please watch through Telemundo Deportes, la casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos.
There we go.
Woo! And we're gonna win. We're gonna win all across the board. We're starting to run out of time, my friends. Let's talk about Tapatio. Tapatio kicked some booty last weekend because they took Correcaminos by 4-0. 4-0. So what do they need? They're in playoff positions. They need to either beat Celaya or tie, right, with any other any score that's a tie, they will advance. Is that true, Alfredo?
Yeah,
Yes.
any score that will be a tie will make it. Because Correcaminos, I believe that they have already played their every single match, so they already done with the regular season. 18 points. We're with 19, so we're pretty much unreachable by then. And Tepatitlan is 16 points. There are 3 points beneath us, but they have a better goal difference. So if we finish tied against them and Morelia adds points, we will be out. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But as Robert was saying, only a tie in the last match day for El Tapatio will make it. Will be good for El Tapatio to go through to the Liguilla of Liga Expansión.
Let's see. I think that we might have them there as well. Why not? We have to think positively. We always have to think positively.
No, and El Tapatio was going through a rough patch. It got a moment where the Liguilla were not so clear, but now we're pretty much there. Like we have overcame the situation that we were going through, that initial, let's say, campeonitis at the beginning of the tournament. Remember that we're the current champions of Liga Expansión. And yeah, we pretty much overcame the situation, and we're seventh now.
And I think they're going to keep going. They finally found their mojo, right? They found their mojo. Talk about mojo, sub-19. What can you tell us about the sub-19? Que la están rompiendo. They're on their way to Liguilla. Do they have Liguillas? Yes, of course, no?
Yes, playoffs.
Yes.
They're in their playoffs already, I think.
Yes. So
sub-23?
The under 19
is like stuck, no? Let's stop.
The under 19 is doing better than the under 23. The under 23, let's kick off with the 19. Sub-19, they defeated Puebla by 2-0, and momentarily they recovered the third spot of the table with 33 points. The team managed by Sergio Pinto has already mathematically sealed its spot in Liguilla. So we will be in the playoffs this tournament, and we're still gotta wait to find out who will be our quarterfinal opponent. And it's the third straight Liguilla for Sergio Pinto. For under category, he already did it with the under 18 and under 19, so he will be once again reaching Liguilla for the third straight tournament. Gotta remember that the under 19 was the leader of the tournament for pretty much the majority of it. Now we're third, but that fantastic performance, unbeaten for many weeks, it's paying off its results. So let's hope that the team has enough energy for what remains, because remember, we're already mathematically qualified to the quarterfinals. Then moving onto the Chivas under 23 squad, the team tied 1-1 against Puebla, and they couldn't get the extra point on the penalty shootout. And the team stands 17th on the table with 13 points. Not a fantastic season whatsoever for the under 23, but the under 19 is doing pretty well and will be on the quarterfinal.
And that's where the cantera is coming from, right? Those are the guys who will be feeding. Like I said, we need 2-3 power positions. Hopefully we can find some veterans to fill those voids. But the cantera, the youth, the Padawans, the younglings, they're the ones that are going to take us to the future. Pero wow, talking about the future, MVP time, my friends. Can you tell the future?
Why bother?
Why bother? Yeah. Alfredo, you should start smiling already, man.
This guy is taking it like, of course.
There we go. Yeah.
What were the numbers?
Second straight. I don't know, but
like 80.
When
80%.
I voted at the beginning of the show, it was about 55.
Oh, 57.
57. There we go.
57%.
Majority, almost qualified majority for Eric Gutierrez and Alfredo Rodriguez. What a tandem, what a duo. And totally. When he retires, we're going to play the double pivot for friendlies.
Kicked ass yesterday, man. He was all over the pitch. Sacó dos así con unas barridas. He was so good.
Oh yeah, that play that he did, like the little like thing with the head. I'm sorry, not like a
yeah. He dribbled it. He dribbled the whole way.
But he was like, look at me. I'm a goalkeeper and a scorer. Like,
it's like I'm Pelé. Look at me. It just if they had scored that goal, we could have just all gone home.
Well done, Alfredo.
It was great, man.
And everybody in the chat, relax, please. Relax.
Yeah, what's happening? Everybody's going crazy out there.
Some guy just said, like, oh, I'm leaving this team. Bye.
Ciao, bebé.
But
anyway, you guys, we love you too. También los haters, también los queremos. Aunque no sepan ortografía y todo eso.
Thanks.
We love you. You guys be good. Let's get out of here. Vamos a ganar. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Así de confianza tengo.
Hopefully on a playing preview. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.